The world tends to throw a lot of shit at us. Whether it's the news, sports, health, family, something's always trying to knock you down. But the positivity thread is here to make sure that you know there's always a little light shining through. Come join Dom, Sean, and a plethora of guests as we delve into the positive threads we can pull on every week.
Hello and welcome to the Positivity Thread with me, Dom.
And me, Sean.
Let's talk about some positive things, shall we? Ooh.
Which of us is going first?
I guess we probably need to explain what's happening first. Hi.
I mean,
Hi to the listeners. All three, potentially, if we're lucky. And then 300 to 3,000 to 3 million in the future. Who knows? Maybe. This is the Positivity Thread. We are just going to take a look at some positive things happening in the world because the world is a bit shot right now. And it has been for a while. So we need to all remember that there's good stuff happening out there. And we can help, hopefully, bring some of that to you. We've each brought something from the week that, you know, has brought us a bit of positivity. I like mine. It's making me smile just looking at it.
Mine's not from the week. Mine's just a story that I found while I was researching stuff. So today is not going to be anything from this week.
You're already deviating. I love it.
Hey, you make a plan, and sometimes that plan doesn't work the way that you thought it was going to work.
So long as it's going to bring a smile to people's faces, and we get to have a nice chat about it, I think it will be absolutely fine.
I think just having a different outlook on things kind of reminded me a little bit about what life is like.
What is life like, Sean?
It's
I forget
an
in this booth.
It's an interesting little thing. And everybody's lives are different, so.
Yep. And hopefully everyone's lives will be enriched hearing these two things that we've brought today. Hopefully in the future we'll have some guests bring us some nice stories from the week or from the month or from, I guess, the year, because they're only going to come on as guests the once or maybe twice if people really like them. But today it's just the two of us getting it started. Or real.
Just the two of us.
The avid fans of this in the future, could you please put a counter for each of us on how many song references we put in on each? Like, just keep a tally going for the whole podcast over time. It will be big.
I do feel like there's going to be multiple moments where either you or myself burst into song because something says,
I usually try to hold myself back is the thing. So it's whether I actually do it or if I just kind of don't. I don't know.
I mean, I say why hold yourself back, Dom? Just let it happen.
Well, life does that. Hopefully all the positivity will unleash it from me. By the end, I'll have overtaken your tally, but for now, I reckon you'll be storming off into the lead.
Well,
it's fine.
We'll see.
I don't mind. Yeah,
it's not a competition.
No, but I am very competitive. Okay, do you want to go first or shall I?
I can go first. Since it sounds like you actually, did the assignment and took something from the week, whereas I was just started my research and I was just like, you know what? This is actually a really good story. So I'm actually going to read you the story.
Oh, okay. So it's an actual story,
it's just
written...
a more like a parable. It's not super long. It's just it's called The Power of Positive Thinking.
Okay. That's pretty much the perfect way to set us off.
Yeah. So I figured I would read you this, and then I've got a few things that I highlighted because they kind of popped out to me while I was reading it. Just good reminders about life throws fun things at you, but you're going to get through it. It's not always going to be rough and tumble. So
And I'll try and make jokes about that.
Sounds good. You should make all the jokes.
Uh,
So yeah, again,
I'm
this
gonna,
is the
I'm gonna
power.
I'm gonna mute myself whilst.
Why are you gonna mute yourself? I want you.
Oh
to...
wait, I can do that post.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're good. Just like mute
don't wanna
yourself
distract.
and then make it look like you're talking while I'm reading the story. Yeah, exactly. You guys didn't know you were going to get ventriloquism here, did you? Thank you right there. Magic. All right. Yeah, I don't even remember. I just did a search, and then this popped up because I was looking for positive things, just positive, uplifting stories, whatnot. And again, so this is called the power of positive thinking, and it goes a little bit like this. The old fisherman sat by the sea, staring at the rolling waves under the night sky. He'd gone out to sea earlier that day, but caught nothing. His small boat rocked gently beside him, empty again. For weeks he'd struggled. No matter how early he left or how late he returned, the fish just weren't biting. His wife tried to reassure him that his luck would turn, but he just was losing hope. As he gazed at the seas, he thought of his father and grandfather, who had both been excellent fishermen. The sea provides, his father always said. But the sea seemed to have abandoned him. Just then, a bright light appeared, dancing on the water. At first, the fisherman thought it was the reflection of the moon, but the light flickered. He realized with a start that it was a flame coming closer. A small boat drifted into view, lit by a lantern. In it sat a young boy, no more than 10 years old, holding a fishing pole. The boy called out, "Have you had any luck today, sir?" The fisherman sighed. "Not today, I'm afraid." The boy smiled. "Don't lose hope. My father always says that patience and perseverance will pay off. The fish will come. You'll see." With that, the boy's boat drifted back into the night. The fisherman sat in silence, pondering the boy's words. His optimism and faith pierced the darkness like flames, rekindling the fisherman's own hopes. He knew then that luck would find a way. That luck would find him again if he met each day with faith and determination. The sea provides, after all, for those who persevere. So,
Oh, that's a pretty story.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought, for me, one of the things that stuck out the most was me being married, having a spouse, right? Was like, a lot of times your partner is there to just kind of be like, hey, it's okay. Things are going to get better, and then there are those times where we, in turn, have to be that same, like, uplifting kind of spirit and encouragement to maybe help them turn things around and, whatever's going on in life. So I think that was
Always
probably,
back and forth.
yeah, it's and that's what it should be, honestly, in a relationship. It should be, you're not always going to be strong, not everybody's going to be 100% like ready for everything that comes at them throughout life, but
50% and you're lucky.
yeah. But having somebody there to just kind of, reassure you and help you just focus again is really, really awesome. So, whether it's a spouse, a partner, whatever it is, it's just nice to have somebody there to kind of help you out. So,
Yeah. And like the fact that it's a kid saying the motivational stuff.
right.
The older we get, the more cynical we get. And in Britain, that's magnified by 10. So having the one give the actual advice being so young, it's like we lose it as we get older. We lose that the spark that lets us go. Everything's going to be aight the next day. Everything is going to get better, and I'm going to make it better.
Right. and the fact that like you're going to make it better too, right? Like I think for me that one of the things that just stood out to me was just the fact that it doesn't have to be us that makes it better, but like our mindset can definitely impact like how the day goes and whatnot, and knowing that we can gain like wisdom and insight from those that have come before. But man, pay attention to kids, because kids are founts of knowledge, and they look at the world in a completely different way. You know.
Yeah. So long as they don't talk to me, I'm good with them.
I can, there are those people that are going to agree with you out there.
Yeah.
As long as they don't talk to you, you're okay. Me, I love interacting with children. I think it's it's a lot of fun. I think looking at the world without the the glaze that we as adults sometimes do.
Just complete eyes shut off.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's happened again. Cool, I love it. Nah. Kids can just go, cool, that thing happened again. Let's go.
Right.
Hey,
remember what we did after that happened the last time? It's like
ice cream. It's always ice cream, and it's always the right decision.
I mean, ice cream, McDonald's, whatever it is,
Oh yeah.
So.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, I like that story. It's short and sweet, punches right when you need it to, and yeah, it makes complete sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just like I said during the research. I was like, you know what? I know we were supposed to like find something that happened throughout the week, but I was like, I like this.
Yeah,
this is a good way to kind of start things off for this adventure that we've decided to step out and attempt. So
I admire your rebellious streak.
Hey, yeah, it's starting. Got to start early. Got to start somewhere, and why not with the first episode?
Don't tell me I have to be the straight one with this.
No, not at all. Not at all. I will be much better and remember. Oh, hey, it's stories that happen throughout the week, not just a really good story.
Maybe we make like a story time corner at the end every time. If we find a segment, we can have a thing story time corner, and then at the end of them, if we find a nice story to tell.
Sounds good. I think that's something to aspire to, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, story time with Dom and Sean.
I'll make an entirely new podcast on episode 1. Right after episode 1, we make story time. We're so productive today. Wow, I can't believe it.
I think the big thing is remembering that, we have to have people listening before we can start another podcast. Let's see if this
this is for practice.
We're gonna see if this one, gets any type of grip out there, and we'll see where it goes. So
for sure. All right, shall we not story time? Technically it's news is stories, right?
News is stories. That's true.
But shall I tell you mine?
I do want to hear yours.
Okay, mine is people will find quite often. Mine is gonna revolve around animals, because there's rarely a time where you can't find some good news about animals. I mean, there's always bad news around animals, but there's good news about animals, especially this turtle nest season. Okay?
All right.
Sea turtles on Palm Beach County's beaches. They are going to have a highest turtle nest count on record this year, and it's wonderful. They're all incredibly adorable. If anyone hasn't seen sea turtles hatching and going off into the water, you need to 100% do that. They are absolutely adorable as they just waddle down. They hatch out, they waddle, and then they go into the water. But it's a record year, which makes it even better. The season is generally from around, I think it's in March to October. we're already in August. It's
Right.
already record levels. Loggerhead Marine Life Center. That's one of the major, I think 3 or 4 like trackers and people looking after it all. They have recorded 22,806 turtle nests as of the time of recording on 3 beaches. That's crazy numbers.
That's a lot of. I love the fact that you picked this one, because as I was looking for stories, this is one of the ones that I actually looked at. So I was like, oh, all right, I recognize this story.
That's good. Yeah, no, there's plenty of stories on it, but people might not go to those places to take a look. I mean, 2019 was their record all time. We've already passed that. They had 19,580
They've
in
passed it by
2019.
a fair amount, actually.
Yeah. Already
So-
3,000 more.
Yeah.
And we're only in August. We are, what is that, 2 months to go.
Like I said, you see, it's
More or
September,
less.
October. It was October.
The thing that I looked at said 31st of October, and I thought that is incredibly accurate for like a mating season or a hatching season. So I'm going to say end of October.
If
Like,
you
what if
think
it goes
about
into the 1st of November? Like, oh no, it's the world is changing. It's a disaster. No.
They've been studying it for a while, so you would think they'd have it down to a fairly decent science, right?
Yeah.
You know,
But okay, what if there's a really, really slow turtle? Just abnormally slow. But they're active. They're having a nice time in the ocean. And they need to go lay their eggs, and they're the last one there. And their egg hatches on the night of the 31st, and it goes over to midnight, and the little guy is waddling down, poof, out of existence. Sorry, you can't be hatching on the 1st of November.
Yeah,
you can't.
well,
It's not allowed. Only the 31st of October is that event allowed.
but we'll call it the end of October.
Yeah.
You know,
I think end of October makes
that
perfect
works.
sense. Yeah, that's what I've written down in my notes.
I see your little argument. He's like, let's not be super precise.
Yeah.
Sometime.
No need to be
the
that
end
pedantic.
of October. Yeah.
I'm a pedantic guy, but for hatching turtles, which is a very natural thing, I don't think you have to put a date on it. Let them spend their time. Yeah, it's crazy numbers. In 2022, 37,183 counted nests in Palm Beach County. That is, so we're already 2/3 of the way, pretty much. And again, only 2 months left.
Yeah.
And they have not finished their work counting. Loggerhead, they'll deal with the loggerhead turtles the most. That's 15,269 loggerhead nests. Then 7,321 green turtle nests. You can tell I properly dug into their website. I mean, it's right on the front of their website, but I did the research. I did it.
Right. You're like, no, listen, I can give you these stats.
Yeah, absolutely. 216 leatherback nests. Leatherbacks. Come on, guys. Look at all these guys having a strong season. Leatherbacks. They're like, we're taking it slow, or maybe they're taking it fast, and it's just a smaller population. I
was gonna say maybe it's just that there aren't as many leatherbacks out there.
It could be on another beach. Okay, I went so deep into researching this that I found out that Loggerhead Marine Life Center are hiring right now. So if anyone listening is in the Florida area, is in the Palm Beach area, and you really want to go work with some turtles, go take a look at their website. They're hiring right now.
Marine biology is your passion. Then
If it is, yeah.
Why not?
I think a couple of them might not have actually even been marine biology jobs. They might have been like admin kind of deals.
Okay.
Or businessy things. I'm not quite sure. It looked, from what I could tell, it looked like a whole sort of aquarium-esque thing, plus all of the research that goes into it.
I do enjoy the fact that you went down that rabbit hole.
Oh, I'm
so
doing my
far
research for this.
that you were just like, all right, hey, guess what? They're hiring, so
I would like more people to be able to enjoy the turtles.
yes.
Yeah, it'll be open to the public. The center. I'm like 99% sure that it is a visiting kind of place, like just an aquarium that you can go to. Whether it's just turtles there or not, I'm doubtful because it's a marine life center. I'm sure they have other things there.
I'd imagine
But
so. Yeah.
Maybe Loggerhead is the place, and Loggerhead's turtles are named after the place also. I don't know. I should have researched that.
You didn't do all of the research.
I didn't do all
here's the
of
thing.
it.
Here's the thing. You got to leave something for the listeners to go and do.
Oh,
so
true.
now they can go and figure out.
Yeah. Tell us on all of the social medias that we'll be putting out. Tell us, is Loggerhead a location, or is it is it a naming scheme? Is it based off of the turtle, or is it based off of the place? We need to know. We need to know these things.
And who knows? Maybe in the next episode we'll give you a little shout out. We'll be like, hey, so we got this response to this question. Here you go.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. You know? So
No. Anything could happen. Absolutely anything. Do you know what else happened, though?
What else happened?
I don't know how many people know this, but one of the beaches that is tracked for turtles it's owned by Disney. Disney World has turtles. Disney World has sea turtles. It has a recognized breeding spot or nesting spot for hatchlings, and they look after them. They make sure that it's protected. They usually get around 1.5k nests.
Okay.
This year we're up at 2k. We're up at 2,000 nests.
On Disney property there at Disney World. That's
the Vero Beach Resort, apparently.
interesting.
So Disney, are there any Nemo? Nemo has a turtle, doesn't it? I wonder if the next
Is it
Nemo will be based off of their sea turtles at Vero Beach.
Crash or Crush?
Yeah, like a real surfer dude name, Surfer
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Oh, wait, dude. Oh wait, no, he's Aussie, isn't he? No, that's the shark. No, he's a surfer bro. Yeah.
Man, so getting off like the beaten path here. I mean, you're still talking about turtles, but like, let's reel that one back in.
What do you think? Oh, what do you think a
casting-
podcast is, bro?
Casting out, I'm reeling you back in.
Okay, reeling me back in, just like how a baby turtle gets reeled back into the ocean. Not literally, they don't get reeled back. They wiggle, they waddle down to the water. Okay, so here's how it happens. The whole life cycle. Baby waddles down from beach, tries to swim. Some don't make it. Some are they're eaten by like seagulls and things, birds, whatever, bigger animals that know that there's a breeding ground. But a lot of them will get out, and they'll grow up in the water. They'll go find. I think they go find their mother, or maybe their mother's already there waiting, trying to protect. But I think they kind of just go out in a massive wave.
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
how a defense game.
The like Nat Geo stuff and things like that I've seen where they show like hatchlings kind of coming up out of the sand and stuff. They kind of just do the little flipper walk, and try and get to the water. So I don't know that mom is sitting there waiting for him or any relatives.
I don't think they are. I think they'd be better protected if they were, but I don't think they do it at the same time as the mother is there. But they get out. They spend their life in the ocean for the most part, and then once they have matured, they'll come back as a mother. They'll have done the deed, shall we say? And they'll come back, lay around about 100 eggs or so. Like that, they'll come over, dig a little mound in the sand with their flippers.
I think that's one of the crazy things is like the number of eggs they will lay.
Yeah.
Like those
It's
clutches
really
are
crazy.
huge.
They are. They're massive. Which is weird that the mound is so tiny for the number of eggs too.
Yeah.
Like they're not big mounds. I don't know how big a turtle egg is, but I can't imagine it being like how big would a turtle egg be? I don't know. Maybe
probably not
quail
bigger.
egg kind of size.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, probably not bigger than a chicken egg. Probably somewhere around like maybe a quail or
Yeah.
I don't know.
That kind of. Yeah.
There's more research for us.
Guys, tell us, how big is a turtle egg? Well, specifically, a loggerhead sea turtle. Or a green turtle, that's fine too. Or a leatherback. We've talked about the leatherbacks, why not? Yeah. Okay, so they dig the little mound, they lay its eggs, and then at night, there'll be a wave of hatching, of little hatchlings. They're called hatchlings, the baby turtles.
Yep.
They're not. There's plenty of names for other baby things, but these ones are hatchlings, and they use, like you said, they use their flippers. I've got the image of a tower defense game in my mind now of just a complete wave of turtles trying to attack the sea.
Right.
Coming at it.
As one should. As one should. Just attack the sea.
Take control of these seagulls as the turtles try to get and attack the sea. No, always at night, pretty much. But okay, two things about this, important things. First off, if you are nearby and you're like, oh, I have heard about the turtles, or oh, I haven't heard about the turtles, I would now like to go and see this happening in real life. Please do your research, because I looked on the page that said what you shouldn't do, and there's a lot. There's a lot where you're like, I would usually do this as an activity or as a thing that a human would do, like taking out your phone and having your screen light, or making sure flash is off is pretty obvious, but if you're going to do that stuff, go check out the do's and don'ts, because they were hefty, and we want to make sure that they're actually breeding. We want to make sure that they're hatching, because basically the reasoning given was if they see more light than they're expecting, or if they see sudden light, they just abandon it. The mother will go up, they see the light, they're like, oh no, my babies are not safe here.
Right.
And they just don't plop the eggs down, and they go back into the water, and those turtles, they're gone. I don't know if they come back another day. Maybe they can hold it in long enough. I wouldn't know. Not a turtle.
Don't know. Yep, not a turtle.
But yeah, it's not nice to think that you could. So out of 100, around about 50 to 70 will usually hatch. So that's just by doing a camera, just by taking a picture with a flash. That's technically it's up to 100.
Right.
Turtles, little baby turtles that aren't able to get into the sea. And from that, okay, here's the other important thing. If I were to say that the temperature of the sand matters for sea turtles, what would you guess as to the reason why?
I mean, for the incubation of the eggs, keeping them warm.
Well, potentially. But they hatch in all kinds of temperatures.
It's true. So lay this level of knowledge on me, Dom. What are we trying to get at here?
The warmer the sand, the higher probability of the turtle hatching as a female.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now, what do you think's happening with global warming?
There's a lot of females.
There's a lot of it. The sand is warming up.
Yeah.
And the population of male turtles to female turtles is dropping. There's fewer males per female now. There are other hatching grounds. I would assume sort of Australia would probably have some during because of course if it's March
during their summertime.
Well, no, the opposite way around. If the hatching season is March to October here, that's summer, or in America that's summer. And if it's the same season, if it's still March to October, then that's winter over in Australia.
Right.
So the sand will
be
colder.
Maybe we'll get more males from that scenario.
But that'll also have warming sands, so the percentage of males coming out of that will also be getting lower. I find it half saddening and half incredibly entertaining that just from temperature, just incubation temperature,
right?
Their gender, or their sex,
yeah,
will change,
right?
Or is more likely to change. It's crazy.
Huh.
Give a hot water bottle to a pregnant lady for more times in their pregnancy. Right. Oh, you're more likely to have it be no.
Right.
It's just weird. Fun, weird. Yeah. We're on so at the end of all this, round about 100,000 turtles we'd be expecting to hatch this year. We don't really know because there's so many of them. There could be 150, could be 130, could be they could go on an absolute hatching spree, and there could be, who knows, double.
Right.
But I mean, that's obviously unlikely. But more turtles, especially baby turtles, in the world cannot be a bad thing.
No. And who knows? Maybe some of them will find, Master Splinter, and they'll train to be ninjas.
Or maybe they'll discover kung fu, or create kung fu, and make the dragon warrior come up and revolutionize China.
Sure, I mean,
yeah,
just
that was a Kung Fu Panda reference, just in case you
put that into the ethos. Let's speak that into existence.
Yes, please. I haven't watched the latest Kung Fu Panda movie all the way through, but I do know that in it, chi exists. And it's not just like chi being... you've got your chi where it's the stuff within, and it's very much not... it's not like a superpower.
Right.
But in Kung Fu Panda, it looks like a superpower to me, from what I've seen. Like, in the same way. Fantasy for... sort of Western fantasy has your mages and your magic and all that. In the East, it's usually things like chi, or ki, or... what are some other ones? Like... cultivation. That tends to be one.
Right.
Stuff like that. And this kind from Kung Fu Panda looks like it's proper superpower type external chi.
Right.
And I want that. I would absolutely love that in the world. I want to become a chi master and blast things from my... I want to do Kamehameha.
That's a completely different thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do it with chi.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I want to Kamehameha with chi.
All right, well, get on that.
Sorry, do you not want to?
Who wouldn't want to?
Exactly, Sean. There is no one in this world who doesn't want chi to exist. So come on, baby turtles.
Yes.
Invent chi for us.
Bring the chi for us.
We need Master Oogway's successor. Real life successor.
And we'll see what happens.
These are creatures from
the waters that cover 70% of this planet. So who knows what's out there? Maybe there is just like chi everywhere. And
The waves just create some good old chi. The water flow.
Who knows?
Some lovely tides. They all are chi. Okay, Loggerhead Marine Life Center. If you're listening, I need you to do something for me. I need you to take like a lot of turtles are hatching, so I need you to take like 10 to 100 turtles, and I need you to play Kung Fu Panda 3 on repeat in front of them throughout their life, so that they can learn how to manifest chi.
Maybe that'll disrupt the ecosystem. So let's not like encourage bad things. Dom,
10 of them, 10 of them to learn. I mean, maybe the sea holds the chi, or maybe they need to learn the chi from watching Kung Fu Panda. Humans haven't been able to yet, but the turtle in the film was the one who managed to do it. He created Kung Fu. So, 2 plus 2, I think we need turtles watching Kung Fu Panda. You know what? It makes sense to watch all 3, plus the series. Okay, watch all of the Kung Fu Panda, because otherwise that seems a bit more like torture.
Give them all the knowledge.
Yeah, like they need the lore to be able to understand how chi was created. Because if you just show them Kung Fu Panda 3, then you've got holes in the lore.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Man, look at you just covering all those bases, making sure that your thought process and your like your destiny for these turtles comes to fruition.
I need Kamehameha. Okay, even if I can't learn the Kamehameha, what if they evolve in like 50 years, and our kids and our grandkids, they get to Kamehameha?
Then they are incredibly lucky, because
I'll be incredibly jealous.
Yeah, it'll be something that we wanted to do that we couldn't do. And maybe just by watching this episode, our progeny will be like, all right, Dom and Sean wanted to do this, and we can now do it. So this one's
Papa,
for you
I made
guys.
You proud.
Exactly. It's going to be one of those moments. So
you never know. We could become grouchy by that point and just, I wanted it, not you.
No.
Nah,
no,
we'd be
I
proud.
feel like we would be. We would
yeah.
be. But I agree there'd probably be a little bit of jealousy mixed in there, where you're like, oh man,
we're only human. Jealousy's bound to creep in.
That's true.
Especially when people can throw kamehamehas out of their hands.
And we just need to remember that, again, this is the positivity thread. So, just be happy. If your kids learn how to do a kamehameha, then, we're good to go.
I think you pronounced that right.
I absolutely destroyed that word.
No, you got it right. You got it right.
It's going to be like, just turn that into a Muppet doing that.
Let me bring back the...
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to speak from my hand, and it's going to sound like Sean.
I mean, part of being... part of positivity is recognizing that you are who you are, and you are human. So things like jealousy, things like greed, things like, anxiety, they're all going to creep in. But learning to deal with that for example, by asking your children who've learnt the Kamehameha to teach you how to do a Kamehameha so that you don't have to be jealous anymore. That kind of stuff, learning how to deal with all the negative stuff coming in, that's just as important as saying, let's just be happy.
And again, we can take it back to that, it's the kid that helped the old man, the old fisherman.
Yes. The young kid knew how to Kamehameha. Yeah. That's the secret story that they didn't tell you.
Exactly.
He unleashed his inner chi, said the line, and then because the chi was imbued within it, the fisherman went, okay, now it makes sense. Because if you think about it, the fisherman already had these influences, right? he'd already had
his father and his grandfather. Yep.
Yeah, his father
Yep.
and his grandfather and his wife. They'd all supported, helped, and given that advice to him. But it wasn't until the kid did that he was able to stop and recognize, yeah, it'll come.
Right.
Not necessarily because of the imbued chi. Maybe.
I mean,
you never know.
We don't know yet.
No.
So
We'll have to ask the. Speaking of, who was the author for that?
I have no idea. It didn't give me an author's name on it. So
Oh, that's a shame. If anyone knows, let us
I-
know.
I can tell you that it absolutely was not me, and I will not try and steal that person's credit
Yes.
at all. But yeah, I wish it did. It just gave the title of the story and then the story itself. So if anybody does know, yeah, please throw it in comments and let us know. I found it on it's called believeinmind.com was the website that I found it from. So
Okay.
but there wasn't an author's name associated with it that I could find. So
That's fine. I'm sure they'll we'll find it one day, or we won't. Kind of on them. But I think that's positive. We've positivitied. We've
I
threaded.
agree. We meandered around that positivity, and man, this first episode is going to be thoroughly either entertaining or people are going to be like, what are these guys on?
I don't think they'll think that for you. I think they'll absolutely think that I took something beforehand. I promise it was just water. Sean can attest, because
Yes.
I almost spilled it. I almost
Water's important.
knocked my
Water's
keyboard
important.
into
Gotta
it.
hydrate.
Absolutely, always hydrate. We're gonna have socials out. There'll be an Instagram. I think at some point we'll have a YouTube. This is getting out on YouTube. We'll have other ones, potentially Patreon, coffee, that kind of thing. One day maybe. And you know, I've got a sticky note for it. I'll put it in the next episode, or you'll find out by actually getting to hear this through one of those socials. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? But we have been Dom and Sean. This has been the Positivity Thread, episode 1. Turtles are exploding on beaches. Not literally.
I was just going to say, no, they definitely have not been exploding.
I'm absolutely going to name one of the YouTube videos that, because, the algorithm. Would you click on a video that went, wow, sea turtle population is increasing, or would you click on a video that said sea turtles are exploding on Palm Beach County's beaches?
Yeah, I would probably click on that.
Yeah,
on the latter.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, marketing master right here. We're gonna do that. We did an outro. We don't need another outro.
No, not since we've already got one. So.
Oh God.